everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tiffy and today I wanted to show you guys how I made this super cute conversational heart pinata. Valentine's Day is right around the corner and I wanted to make something super cute and unique for the office, so I thought this was perfect. You could customize it to say whatever you like, but here's what I did to create this cute little pinata. So you're gonna need a template of a heart and the sides of the heart, since it's gonna have a little dimension. You can find these on tiffyquake.com. You're also gonna need some tissue paper. I am going to be using a pastel mint tissue paper. For the letters, you will be needing some sort of glitter paper or a foam paper. I'm using pink glitter paper. And you'll also be needing a cutting board, a ruler, some scissors, X-Acto knife, glue, and some tape. So the first thing you're going to do is grab your template and we are going to draw out our hearts on a piece of cardboard paper. So this is actually a flap from an Amazon box, so just use what you have lying around. It doesn't need to be anything fancy because this is not going to show. So make 2 hearts, and you're also going to make 2 of these strips that I've made here. So this is going to go on the sides of the heart. So once you have that transferred, go ahead and use your X-Acto knife to cut these out. So now that everything's cut out, go ahead and grab one of your slivers of cardboard paper, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bend this to the shape of the heart so it's easier to glue down. And I'm using a hot glue gun to get this in place, so just put a little bit of hot glue on the top of the heart and place the cardboard strip right on top of that. Once that's dry, go ahead and place some more hot glue along the inside edge of the heart. So do the same thing for the other side. You may need to trim your cardboard paper a little bit just in case it doesn't line up. So you should have something that looks like this. Now what we're gonna do is, since this piñata needs to hang, we're gonna add some jute or string to hang it. And I'm just tying a piece of jute in a knot and I'm placing this in the center of the hearts. And just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, I'm adding a little more hot glue. If you want to fill this piñata with candy, now's the time to do so, but I will not be beating this piñata up. I'm keeping it for decoration, so I'm not putting any candy inside. And now we're going to go ahead and put the top portion of the heart on and just seal it up with some hot glue. So this is what you should have. It doesn't need to be completely perfect because we are going to cover it with some tissue paper. So now grab a tissue paper and you're gonna fold this so you don't have to do as many cuts. So make sure that your edges line up and that your tissue paper is completely straight because you want these strips to be straight. Now I'm measuring out a 2-inch piece, and all that I'm doing is just marking on the tissue paper 2 inches, then grabbing my ruler and using an X-Acto blade to cut a strip of tissue paper. Next, we're going to make the little fringes on the tissue paper, and to do this, I'm just using a ruler to cut about 1/4 inch thick tassels, but make sure that you leave at least 1/4 inch on the top that is not cut. So now you should have something that looks like this. You can unfold it and make sure to cut where the fold was. So now to attach the tissue paper to the actual cardboard, you can use tacky glue here, but I decided to use tape instead because you don't have to let it dry and you're not going to be able to see it anyways. So it works just as good. So we're starting off with the bottom, and go ahead and measure the base size of your heart and cut whatever excess tissue paper you don't need. And then you're just going to continue working upwards, leaving about 1/4 inch underneath that is directly on the cardboard paper. So when you're taping it down, you want it to go a little bit over the edge because we're going to work on the edges after we complete this. So do this for both the front and the back of the piñata. So for the very top, make sure that your tape isn't showing and tape the tissue paper to the very top portion of the piñata. So once both the front and back are done, we're moving on to the sides. And what I've done is I went ahead and prepped my tissue paper and I cut 2-inch pieces of tissue paper, and we're just going to do the same thing just along the side. We're starting with the base of the heart and taping it down and just working our way up. This part is a little more tricky since there is more tissue paper and frays lying around, but don't worry, it's very forgiving. If you tape something down that you're not supposed to, it's not going to really show since it's on the side and there's so many little fringes. So once you have that done for both sides, now we're moving on to the letters that are going on top of the heart. And I decided to use the Hugs and Kisses XOXO. It's less letters to cut out. So what I did is I went ahead and printed this to size, and I am transferring this onto my glitter paper. And all that I'm doing to do that is just flip it upside down on the back side of your glitter paper, scribble the back of the letters with a number 2 pencil, and the ink should transfer onto the glitter paper. So it should look something like this. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's a really nifty way to transfer some letters. So now grab your X-Acto and cut out the letters. So once you're done cutting out the letters, now we're just going to glue these onto the front side of the piñata. Make sure to place out your letters first so you can get the spacing correct, and then glue them down, and then you're done. You now have a super adorable conversational heart candy piñata, and I think it is the perfect piece of decor if you don't want to get too crazy with decorating for Valentine's Day. But I hope you guys try this out. I really enjoy doing it. It was the first piñata that I've ever made, and it was surprisingly relaxing to make. But I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys do recreate this, please let me see your creations with the hashtag CreateCQ, because I would love to see everything you do, and I will see you guys later. Bye!